Take two, my friends. Not sure what happened just there, but my computer decided to restart on its own, and here we are. Take two, using my phone, but I think it'll work. So we had just finished the bracha, but let me do the nigun so we can gear ourselves into the Torah itself. So as we invite our friends back to the screen, let's see who else is here. Janetta, thanks for coming back. Deborah, Andy, so good to have you back. Sorry about that. There was a little glitch in my computer, which restarted itself. That was interesting. All right, Barbara, good to see you. Andy, nice to see you back. All right, friends. Diane, I see you, my friend. So glad you're here. No, Adrian, it was not your phone. It was my computer, but that's all right. We find each other. We always have. We always do. Linda, you did make me laugh. Heather, it's good to see you too. Let's give it a second, see who else will rejoin us, and then I'll jump right in to the Torah for today. Ron, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Boker Tov to Heather. All right. Hi, Ron. Let's jump right into the Torah. So, among the things that I appreciate about this beautiful Chag, this beautiful holiday that's about to begin, is the tradition of preparing. The preparation for Pesach for some is a very complicated thing. It can make us neurotic about our kitchens. It can make us neurotic about our homes. Some people chase every last crumb of chametz to the corners of their home, so much so that you'll see memes on the internet of people who not only cover their counters with tinfoil, but they also sometimes go places they don't need to go. So one of the funniest memes is an entire bathroom, including the toilet seat, covered with tinfoil. Obviously, that's silly. But for some people, especially those who just want to get it right, and for some reason, Pesach brings that out in us, the need to just get it right, we end up driving ourselves really crazy just to get ready for Pesach. And ultimately, this is one of the questions that I'd love for us to think about today. What does freedom feel like? Jewish tradition does a good job of instantiating emotions. And what I mean by that is we have a command that we recite at least twice a day. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. But in fact, we're not truly told, at least in our general understanding of Judaism, how to feel. We are told to feel things, to think things, but not really. Ultimately, belief is a subjective existential thing, but what the Torah really demands is a faith you can see by the way my body acts. Faith is what you see me do, not what I say I think. So what does it mean to prepare for Pesach in that sense? There are a lot of action steps that are required for Pesach. We're supposed to make sure that there isn't chametz in my house that I can see. Now, we do have the tradition of selling your chametz to someone who isn't Jewish so they can own it during that period of time. And the reason for that is because it would be such a severe financial loss for us to actually have to get rid of all of our chametz. Thank God we are blessed to have enough. The burden then of getting rid of it would feel like anything but freedom. And so we sell the chametz for the duration of the holiday to someone who isn't Jewish, using an agent, usually a rabbi or some representative of the community. You can find your local rabbi and do this online. But this is what I wanted to share. This is to counter the anxiety of the physical preparation. You see, I also, in my life, have been one of those very neurotic Pesach people, where I just wanted to get it right. I felt like all of my ancestors were watching me, and I didn't want to let them down. I wanted to tell the story right. I wanted to get the rituals right, get the recipes right, have a Seder just like. But when we actually look at our histories, they're never just like. They're never just right. The Seders of my childhood were beautiful, not because they were perfect, but because we showed up, because we were free, because we had each other. There's a beautiful teaching in the Mishnah, and I use this every year to calm my own heart and to offer it to those who could use some calming. The Mishnah teaches, this is Masechet Psachim, the book of Pesach, Kol makom she'ein machnisin bo chametz, ein tzarich b'dika. Any place that you didn't bring chametz in doesn't require checking. And so the bathroom, hopefully, because you didn't eat in there, doesn't require checking. The garage, perhaps not. Your car, maybe. But what's really important is that we take the language seriously, not only on the metaphysical level, which I'll deal with tomorrow, but also on the physical level. Be practical about your Pesach preparation. Ultimately, in the end, freedom requires forgiveness. And I'm talking about unshackling ourselves from unfair expectations of ourselves that only we placed there. We are so blessed to have people in our lives like my beautiful friend Lauren Kindorf, who's here. And I used to sell my chametz to her when we were living in Berkeley together, working in Berkeley together. Lauren, it's so good to see you. Happy early Passover, my friend. What a gift it is to see the preparation for Pesach as increasing our sense of freedom. Yes, Arlene, I'm with you too. You said, I'm always exhausted by the time you get to Seder. I'm going to give you permission, I guess. And I don't know how deeply this might land, but I want to say it out loud. To do a little bit less so that you can be a little bit more present for the Seder. It's very easy to run ourselves ragged. And if we do that, then we miss Pesach. Yes, it is fulfilling. Yes, people will be appreciative. That's for sure. But I hope that all of us who do our work to get Pesach ready can be inside of the experience of Pesach. That freedom can be something that flourishes from within you. That you feel the gift of Pesach. You know, we ran for our lives. Our ancestors ran for their lives so that you and I could be here, free. Free. So I bless us with a little bit of freedom, inner and outer, as we take the next 2 days to truly prepare for Pesach, because it begins Wednesday night. May we breathe a little bit more deeply, because after all, when our ancestors were unable to hear the language of Moshe, remember Moses is sent and he says, you will be free. The people couldn't hear him, the text says, mikotze ruach, because they couldn't breathe. May we make sure that the steps we take between now and Wednesday evening increase our capacity to breathe. May we be blessed to make sure that our capacity to breathe is tended to just as much as a beautiful Seder table. We are the ones who are free. The table will come and go. We and our loved ones are free. The ancestors we remember want us to be happy, purposeful, free. So, if all of the preparation brings your heart incredible joy, all for it. Go to it. If you need to sit down because you deserve that, do that too. Do that too. That's how we become free. The rituals will hold us. And we'll be there. And that's all that matters. I want to share one quick memory and then we'll sing our way into a good day. I was reviewing, Facebook has a function that gives you your memories, things that you've posted over the years. And 3 years ago, Seder was very, very different. And not to bring us down, but it was down. It was very hard. We were so moved away from life itself and from the people that we would share anything with, especially Seder. And a colleague, can't remember who, wrote a very important post that ended up going viral. She wrote, it's okay to have a shvach Seder. Shvach is actually the word for feh. There's no good translation of the word shvach, but it means not so great. She said, you don't need to make up for all the losses, and this was 3 years ago, that we were then enduring. And it was so important to have permission to be in the world as it was, to be in our hearts as they felt. That is a different kind of freedom than we usually speak about. So I want to offer us, in a very tender way, permission. Not that I can give you permission, but I'm inviting you to give yourself permission to feel how you feel, to heal as you heal. That's freedom. Each of us is a different individual. And yes, we've gone through a lot together. And yes, 769 broadcasts means that we've shared quite a lot. But it is really important for us to be gentle on ourselves and to acknowledge that freedom is different for you than it is for me. And you deserve it. You should give yourself that. That's what it is to live free, to know that you can give yourself what you need. So, bless you. You should have what you need. And through that gift, you should feel free. And yes, Lydia said it just right. Being exhausted is also okay. As long as you enjoy it, as long as it brings you meaning, as long as it's fulfilling, then our ancestors watch and say, look at what they love doing. Look at the freedom we help them achieve. All right, friends, it's going to be a different year. Here we go. We're going to sing our way into a beautiful, beautiful Monday. We'll sing our way tomorrow into a beautiful Tuesday, and then Wednesday, though I might be on my way to Seder, we will find each other for a moment as well. Here we go. Deborah sending you healing. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Bless you, friends. See you tomorrow.